Hey guys, how's it going? In this video I'm going to be working on this old 1990 Dodge Ram. I just replaced the valve cover gaskets, and in this video I would like to replace one of the light bulb sockets because the housing is cracked and everything. So I'll show you that when I'm replacing it, and I'll show you how I'm going to replace it and the steps I go through, and also the tools that I'll be using. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and let's get right on into it. In this video, I'm going to be using a heat gun, solder steel wire connectors, electrical tape, wire strippers, wire cutters, and also a T15 screwdriver or T15 tool. Alright, let's get on into the video. So with this truck, the hood latch is actually on the outside of it for now. I might change that, I don't know yet, but anyways. Cool. Alright, so if you're going to be doing this, it's a 7/16 socket. Just like so. Alright, let's get on into the back. Alright, so for the taillight, we're going to have 4 screws that are going to have a T15 screw in it. That's just for this truck. I'm not sure if your truck might have the same, but this truck does. So I'm going to take these 4 screws out, and then we'll see what we're dealing with. Alright, so we have the tail light off, and I'll show you the problem. As we can see, the top one is fine, everything's nice and secure, but this one is loose. And that is because this is all rusted. And the people that owned this truck before tried to silicone it. So I'm just going to replace this. And here is the new piece that will be replacing that. I bought this off Amazon, so I will be putting this in the description below, and if you use my link, it'll help the channel and I would really appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to open this up, cut the other one out, and I'll show you that process. So as we can see here, it says this part will fit Chryslers, which the Dodge is a Chrysler, from 1990 to 72. And that is the part. Nice and brand new. No rust yet. Give it time. She'll have rust on her. Alright, so as we can see here, we have just 2 wires because essentially this light is a line in electrical terms. It just goes in one wire and comes out the other. That's all this does. So what I'm going to do is cut these 2 wires and then proceed from there. I'll just cut it something like that. Cool. There's actually silicone on the light too, so I might be replacing this soon. Alright, let's go to the table. Alright, so looking at the 2 side by side, they look the exact same, except this one is, well, there goes the backing on it. It's all rusted and it's ready for retirement. So if we look at the inside, they're the same. So this one will just we'll just toss. It's no point in keeping it around. It's probably more of an electrical hazard and can probably cause a fire, so we're just going to toss that one. Now, let's get this one installed into the wire harness. So before I throw this one away, I do want to make a reference that one of these wires is connected to this metal piece down here, and the other one's connected to the housing. That's how the light turns on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on one of the wires, and if it doesn't come out, that means it's connected to the housing. But if like this wire, I believe this one's firm, so that one's going to the housing. And then this wire here is pulling that apart. So this one is supposed to go with this one. So purple goes to black, and the gray is going to go to white. I don't know if that helps you guys out. So black is this one, and then the white's just staying there. If that helps. Alright, anyways, I'm going to get these installed. Alright, so here's the two wires we just cut. So I'm going to strip them back. I haven't used this in a while. Alright. I believe it's a 16 gauge. Wow, I still got it. Yep, so it's a 16 gauge wire. Awesome, now we got nice, clean copper wire, if you can see that. Okay, so before I continue, I would like to show you guys my connectors. And as we can see here, it says 2216 gauge, which would be those wires. Is going to be the red color. So I'm going to open it up. Pretty simple. We got the red, blue, yellow, and white, and we got plenty of red, so I will install those now. Pretty easy. Just like that. Nice and quick. I like it. Alright, now I got the new harness. Beautiful, nice and shiny. I don't think I'm going to cut wires off of this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to install it the way it is. So, should probably strip this back a little bit. There's not a lot of copper there. So, I'm going to strip that back. Just a little bit. Not much. There we go. I want to make sure your wire is nice and straight. When you're looking at these, one end is bigger than the other. It's a bigger end, that's a smaller end. And with these wires, these are smaller and these are thicker. So I'm going to use the thicker end. Like so. Do the same on this one. Oh, that's a small end. Let's go with the thicker end. There we go. Awesome. That's installed. Now let's install it to the other wires and apply heat. And all I'm going to use is a heat gun. I bought this off Amazon. It'll be with the tools I showed you. This is the heat gun I showed you guys on the tools that I've used for this job. Now we have where we want the wires to be installed. I'll show you here. So you have your exterior coatings on the red, and then you want the metals to be touching both ends of the wire. Now I'm just going to add heat and I'll show you after. Alright, well there it is. See how these clamp down on the coating, and then this morphs the wires together. Alright. And this is the same light that came with the old socket. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is test the light before I install the tail light and everything, make sure everything works. So what I did was I reconnected the negative cable, and now I'm going to turn the truck on auxiliary and put it into reverse. Alright, we're on auxiliary. Cool. Yep. The light's doing what it needs to. Alright, well now it is time to install the taillight. Alright, so when reinstalling the taillight, you can see there's two small openings, and then there's a larger opening up here. If you look at the light, there's two small openings and a large opening. So we have to align that properly. There we go. Turn, and it is installed. So that's good. I really don't like how this is loose. I might use a zip tie for that or something. Let me think. Before I put the taillight back on, I am going to put some electrical tape around the back of this housing here, just so the wires don't get exposed as more as I need to. I tried heating this up and everything, and it did not want to shrink, so this is the next best thing in my opinion. So I'm going to and as you can see, this isn't staying with the socket. That's why I'm doing this. Because if it's on there, it's there for a reason, right? So I'm going to put this electrical tape on it first, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. Alright, well, it's not going anywhere now. So, that'll do. Alright, now let's install the tail light. Alright, well, that is how you replace one of your light sockets and the tail light. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you'd like to see more of these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to have more vehicles for sure in the future, and I still have a lot of work to do with this truck. So also leave me a comment if I've missed anything that would have made this easier, or maybe a better technique. I would love to hear it down in the comments. And that's everything. Alright, thanks guys.